It's time to wind down with Leah. Get in the mix with Kid 6. Kicking shop talk with Carlton, you dig? Go and grab your phone, tell a friend or two. It's therapies, boss talk, and entertainment news. It's time to wind down with Leah. Get in the mix with Kid 6. Kicking shop talk with Carlton, you dig? Go and grab your phone, tell a friend or two. It's therapies, sports talk, and entertainment news.
And the mix, Carlton, Leah, Kid 6.
What's good, everybody? You are now in the mix. It's your big dog Kid 6, Chi-Town's finest Carlton, your dig, and your girl Leah, aka the therapist. We are officially back, y'all. Now I know we dropped an exclusive Shop Talk episode, and again, shout out to Samara for getting in the mix with us. Great interview.
Very
Appreciate
good
her.
interview.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Shout out to thank you.
One more time, man.
Shout out to her, man, doing
Hell
great
yeah.
things. But we back in the mix, y'all. It's a new quarter. It's a new year. You know, we missed the Mixxeners. Mixxeners missed us. It's been great. How's everything with y'all? I feel like we see each other, but I feel like, you know, the Mixxeners, we have a lot to catch up on for real, for real.
Definitely do.
We definitely do. Before we get into that, though, we definitely got to shout out the sponsors. Shout out to Rich King Brand. Bro was actually rocking fire. Rich King Brand.
Rob the winners, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
That joint is tough. That joint is tough.
Just rob
And
the
of
winners.
course, shout out to Wine O'Clock, always holding things down, black owned as well. Shout out to the YouTube Mixxeners too, man. We appreciate y'all subscribing, getting in the mix, continue to spread the word. Check us out. Each time y'all click that link in the bio, man, go ahead and subscribe and comment as well. We're going to have fun with y'all. It's February.
It's definitely February.
Black History Month, but
I
you
know
know,
what
we
that means.
celebrate Black History Month every single day, not just in
Uh-huh.
February, but every day. Y'all see me,
Look at
y'all,
the fit.
y'all feel me out here, man. I had to do it. Shout out to
I wish they
HBC
could- I wish
Apparel,
they could see the
man.
back of it.
You know what, man? I'm actually stand up for y'all. I'm
Okay.
actually stand up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Alright,
You know what I'm
that.
saying? We black by popular demand.
You feel me?
You know,
Shout out to HGC, man.
hold it down.
You feel me? So, what's up with y'all? How y'all feeling?
Go
Leah,
ahead.
we got-
Well, for me first.
Yeah, we're gonna start with you.
we gotta
We're
start
gonna
with
start
you
with you
first.
because
It's
I
been a
know
minute.
episode 75. Everyone thought it was the end,
Episode 75. Everybody thought it was the end.
but you back like cook crack.
I'm back like cook crack.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get into it or do we just?
I mean, we can. It's cool.
If we
Okay.
just say what's new with the therapist or something like that. We in a new year.
Hell yeah.
What's new with the therapist?
Well,
What's been
I mean,
going on
all right.
since
Well,
episode
since
75?
episode 75, that was what, October.
Yeah.
So as I told everybody in the last episode, definitely closed on the house. So that was a really
See
big
what I'm
move.
saying? We can.
You
Black
know what
history.
I mean?
Black History
It's,
Month.
definitely
History
a move that I didn't even expect, but it happened. And it's
That's
really
called-
everything that I wanted.
God's plan.
Definitely,
Mhm.
right?
See what I'm
So
saying?
that was a good move. And then really I told myself at the top of the year I wanted to start a business. I
Okay.
want to get my own practice. So that
Mm.
is also in the works, guys.
Okay.
So stay tuned for that because I
All right.
definitely want to share some news with that when that happens. So really, that's kind of been up with the therapist. And big thing, guys. No, mental health has been. We actually want to talk about like a shout out with mental health, but it's been on the rise lately. And I'm a firm advocate, especially in our community, about mental health. And I feel like therapists need to be transparent, and therapists see therapists too. I had a time when I was last year seeing a therapist, and it was the experience was so I can't even describe the experience. It was I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about how I can continue to help my clients. It was a wonderful experience. I definitely encourage anybody who has been thinking about seeking therapy. I know it can be fearful. Probably has a lot of questions. I'm here to answer those questions. There's so much information out there, but I would definitely encourage you to not be afraid. Just step in. You will. It's an experience of a lifetime. So I definitely encourage anybody who's been thinking about going.
I agree. Fellas, especially our black men out there. If you need one, seek one.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I can attest to that.
You can attest to that, right?
Yeah. Feels good.
And,
See.
let me just add in that because we like to mix in with our Mixxeners too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And because we are on YouTube, if y'all need any help with that, feel free to comment on it. I'm sure the therapist would love to link you to some wonderful therapists that she knows.
Oh, hell yeah.
And Mixxeners, I respond to the comments. I look and I respond. So, You know, if you want
We
to
definitely
comment,
gonna respond. Yeah, we definitely gonna respond.
definitely, comment, and I have a lot of answers for the questions you guys may have. So.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's really
Chi-Town's finest.
for me. What's going on?
Well, you know,
Birdman rug.
you know, what do you say? Life is good.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff into 2022 has already been going in my favor because, like I said before, God's timing is immaculate.
Yep.
And 2021, you know, it closed out on a decent note,
Mm-hmm.
and 2022 began on a very, very good note.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you know what? I kind of wasn't feeling my job, like, you know, my old one, because it's an old one now,
Right.
you know,
Definitely
and you know, I got a new job. You know, I appreciate that. I like it. I love it a whole lot more. You know, it's more fulfilling, far more fulfilling than my last job was.
Okay.
Still shout out to them though, because
Yeah.
they held it down for a while. They're paying me way more, you know, so I can definitely appreciate that.
Always a blessing. Always
Definitely
a blessing.
Sometimes the little things count. I got a new phone. That mattered. That mattered a lot. But, you know, also too, I got a new car. I got a new car, man. And that was real big for me because it's like one of my dream cars. And I got it, you know, so.
That's definitely what's up right there.
Yeah, man. So picture me rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
you want to share the
plain.
Mixxeners what kind of dream car you got?
Absolutely don't.
Okay.
Feel
It's
me?
going to keep that a secret.
We gonna keep
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Just,
It's really nice though. Kid 6 seen it.
Okay.
It's clean.
And I can
It's
show
clean?
it. I can
It's
show it to
clean.
y'all.
Okay.
I can show it to
Okay.
y'all.
It's definitely
not,
clean.
You know.
Can't show everybody.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
right. But you know,
Feel me?
keep on enough.
Can't pull up in a giant parking lot and then be like, oh, that's it right there. That's the new Rick.
See what I'm saying?
You can't do all of that. We
We
don't
don't
need
need
that right now.
We don't need all of that.
We don't need that, man.
Kid 6, how you been?
Man, you know, I've been good. Closed out 2021 on a good note. I told myself that I wanted to find me a therapist. I was a little bit nervous. I'm not even gonna lie to you because a lot of folks said, like, you know, their first time actually going to a therapist, that first session, like, it wasn't the right one for them.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that before.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I don't know. And then I didn't know if I wanted a male therapist or a female therapist. But I knew my therapist was going to be black.
Black History Month people show it one time.
I definitely wanted a black therapist. And I ended up finding a black therapist on therapy, what is it? Psychology Today on Google.
One of the best
Yeah,
directories.
yeah, and it's crazy because I reached out to a few that I saw on there. Only one person got back to me. One person.
Sometimes it happens like that.
Yeah, and she's
It's
been
all good.
amazing. Like, she's been amazing from the first session that we had together up until now. Like, it's just been great.
That's why it happens like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really looked at it as like a blessing in disguise because I was just like, damn, this is gonna be something trying to find a therapist. And then I don't know, I just like felt that connection like off the first session. I'm like, nah, this is gonna be it. Like,
Yeah.
this is the one.
Yeah.
And I must say, it's been very, very therapeutic just being able to talk to her too. And also, y'all, like, if you don't find a therapist and you just like want to get out and just release what's been on your brain, it's okay. Also, have a journal. Do some journaling too.
Mhm.
Like, it can also just like really relax your mind and just to pick up a pen and pad. Yeah, it's really good. Also, you know, trying to get back into reading as well. Got me a couple of books just to really like help myself and just like better myself in life, you know. Yeah, I'm in my 30s and it's never too late to grow, release some of your old habits that you've had. So it's been great, y'all. So I can honestly say I feel good. I got promoted as well.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because, you know, this is like a position. It's actually a job to where I actually felt like I was being valued for what I do with my work on a day-to-day basis.
See what I'm saying?
So it's really been good, man. God has really been not only blessing me, but my family and friends. Like I outside of the show, like these are my family right here. So I talk to them on a consistent basis and just hear about their blessings that they receive, and it's good, man. I'm always proud of them. So God is just working in 2022. I will say that. So it's good, man. We here, new setup and a new laptop. So yeah, it's been really good, man. It's really good. I have no complaints, none. But you missed a great interview.
I did.
From the Shop Talk.
I did.
But it's cool because you're here now.
Mm-hmm. You guys.
The Mixxeners get to see you again.
Yes.
For sure.
And it's still Shop Talk because it's a continuation from the bonus episode.
My ears are still to these streets.
So I'm gonna go ahead and turn
I
things
feel like
over to
it's
Shop
still-
Talk's finest.
It's still buzzing.
It's still buzzing.
Listen, like buzzing like the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
My Clippers are still to them heads. My ears are still to them streets.
Yeah.
And the streets wanted to know what the therapist had to think about that.
I'm glad the streets asked.
Come on, man.
Because, well, first, it's Samara, right? Shout out
Yeah.
to Samara.
Shout out to Samara.
Here's my thing. And you had sent in the group chat this video of this other young lady, and she used the word desperate. I didn't like the word desperate. Because when I think of desperate, I think of you doing something either for something extreme for survival, or you're going against like your moral compass or your ethics or your belief system or your values just to attain whatever it is that you're trying to achieve.
I feel like you used a lot of vocabulary words that some of our Mixxeners out there might not know because let me not even include our Mixxeners a part of that group. Like, nah, we have some highly intelligent Mixxeners. I'm talking about the haters out there who's been using the word desperate, trying to call her desperate.
Okay. Well,
I feel like the vocabulary that you use, they probably really don't know how to use that in a proper sentence.
Right.
Some people only know how to be negative.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that sometimes it gets misconstrued with using certain terms. I don't think desperate was the correct term. I feel like it's just something you wouldn't do to say you wouldn't do that, but to say it's desperate, where she's not desperate, she's dating. He's dating. There's nothing there, so
They
there's
like
not
each
like they just like
They like each other. That's a foreign.
Right?
That's foreign to some people, though.
Right.
She didn't spend anything. It was free. But even if she did, I mean, if you think about how much a cigar costs and a cutter, how much is that?
I'm sorry to cut you, but I just feel as though everyone was so focused on the gift and not paying attention to the fact that she actually paid attention to what he was saying that he liked.
So that's what I was getting to. So I think that people kind of looking beyond just, it's the first date, it's the gift, but people don't understand first impressions do count. Especially if your goal is to say, hey, I really want to get to know this person, see where things can go.
Right.
In the pursuit, it's, you want to make it just like a job, right? You make a good first impression. So I feel like people were hyper focused on the gift and the first date itself without even recognizing that, hey, this guy can say she's actively listens. It's a powerful skill, guys. I use this every day at work.
People not used to that either.
At all. Right?
At all. Could you imagine being on a first date and the person is just constantly in their phone every 5 seconds? Gotta take it a pic of the food.
If anybody personally knows me knows I absolutely detest people being on their phone when they're out. It bothers me because I feel like you're just taking away the moment. The organic moment, just like, hey, we're talking to get to know each other. You can't
create
do that.
more moments.
Right, because you on your phone.
Right.
You on your phone every day, I understand. But, so she impressed him by just the simple things, actively listening, being observant, paying attention, right, to the things that he likes. That's when you're getting to know somebody. The thing that is so important is to get to know what the other person likes. Right? You don't want to be on the date and they're constantly talking about yourself, or somebody's constantly talking about themselves. That's a turnoff.
Listen,
Turn
for some women, they don't want to get to know men. The men got to get to know them.
And that was my point that I was going to say. I think if this was a conversation of he sent her flowers or gave her flowers on the first date, which is equivalent to the cigar, we will be having a conversation. The young lady in the video was like, oh, she received gifts on the first date. But when it's because he's the hunter, so it's okay for him to do it because he gets brownie points.
So you want to get hunted?
A hunter. I'm still trying.
But it doesn't work the same way. Again, I'm all about
It's a hunt for you.
I don't do the double standards. I feel like if things that men can do, women can do, and vice versa. If men can gift on a first date, women can be able to do the same thing too. So I think it was sweet. I relate to her. I've done it before. I didn't think anything of it. Hopefully the person I did it for appreciated it, and I mean,
they definitely appreciate it.
Yeah,
because we mentioned it on the last episode too, but she said it, and she was just like, he attentively listened to her too.
Yeah.
And she was saying that she wanted to start a vinyl collection, when she was trying to build up her vinyl collection. So they were just talking through the night, and they found a spot, and they went in there together, and he bought her some vinyls. So it was like,
and
that's why I said it.
People even think about the fact that he's also possibly paying for the date itself.
He paid for it.
Yeah, he planned the entire
date and
he
paid
planned the
for
whole
it.
day.
So does that not count?
That doesn't count.
So she just can't spend nothing, right?
Some people can't even get past the fact that like you're getting what you're doing every 5 seconds. It can't even have a thought out plan for a date.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's why the word for the day was reciprocation.
I'm glad you said that.
Reciprocation.
That's the only way that any type of ship can work. You have to reciprocate.
People don't understand that because it's like you said, one person is trying to get them to like them, but they're not concerned with if the other person likes it back.
Right.
Oh, but here's the thing: who makes these like gender roles and rules and regulations? Like, who makes that? Like, okay, for example, if like you meet somebody, right, and you get their number, and you're like, oh, I can't call them because it's gonna look pricey.
He mentioned that.
Crazy, right? It's crazy.
And I'm like, who cares? Like, if you meet somebody,
I know where
like,
it came from.
Just call them.
I know where it came from. Stupid people.
Or you miss somebody, or you say, or some people worry about this too. I'm not gonna say that I've never been there, but like if you love somebody, you're not sure if they feel the same way about you. But it doesn't matter. Just if you love somebody, say it. If you miss somebody, say it. If you want to call somebody on the first time you meet them, call somebody. I want us to hopefully work on breaking down these just societal norms that we have and do whatever works for you. And again, the people who disagree, that's fine. But I feel like they were tearing her down, and I felt like it came more from like a projection.
It did.
I'm not that dope. Right. I'm not that dope, right? Even though it's really basic, and not, no disrespect, I don't mean in a basic way, but it was like a simple gesture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like women are not, some of the women who disagree are not secure enough within themselves to be like, I could do something for a man and it'd be okay. Like, it's, the problem in our society is too transactional.
Thank you. Did we use that word the other day?
I don't believe we
that's
did,
why
bro.
we did the therapist.
Yeah.
It's too transactional. And that's what I meant in the group chat about things that behind motives. Like, it's, people just can't be kind. People just can't be courteous or, just, I just want to do a nice gesture. You now have to question. Yeah.
If I'm giving you this, it's because I'm expecting
something
in return.
If you
accept it, then that means that you are then pretty much agreeing to give me what I gave this.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, you now have to question if somebody does something for you. If that person does something, why you doing that?
Right.
You ain't slick.
Right. Where it's like,
I know why you gave me that cigar. You trying to smoke me.
Exactly. Where it's like, I just did something nice, bro. Like,
I know why you bought me the records. You trying to play me.
But young ladies like her is the reason why it's like that. We gotta kill these whole like people doing things for motives. You just can be courteous and kind and be doing nice gestures. Not that has to be given in return. And here's another thing I heard. Oh, you're making all these investments and it doesn't work out. Well, what if you don't make an investment? It still may not work out. But you have to give something to make the relationship go.
I just feel like it was very corny for some of the women, especially like the black women, because it's like, I get upset when black women tear each other down, but yet you're doing the exact same thing that you're getting upset about. And it's like, she didn't do anything bad. She didn't propose to him. She didn't buy him a car. She didn't get him no, Gucci.
But here's the thing, though. People need to understand, again, people are making a lot of judgment, and people don't really know what kind of interactions they have had up until that first date. You know,
that's because they was talking for 2 days, met on the third day.
Okay.
And they became private investigators after the
And
30-second TikTok clip.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
Because the whole thing apparently was in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That happened.
Right. And another thing, people, these experts out here and using how many people stop using the word narcissism?
I don't think they really know. Can you give them the true definition?
This is what this is a therapist talking.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay, because the young lady in the other video, she says something along the lines of like,
with the drawn eyebrows.
She did. I don't want to misquote what she said. She did describe narcissism, but she said it in a way of because. He said
she's talking about the first hair that we talked about, the one where
the one with the drawn.
When he said that, when he basically said that she
You're
stood
the one.
out,
You
stood out because nobody else had done it.
Man.
She basically was saying that to say that you stand out is like he's saying that as in he's trying to make it seem like keep doing stuff like this so that you can keep standing out, and that's gonna make me pick you, and that's gonna mean that he's gonna continue to. Ask for stuff from her or expect whatever.
It's just for the simple fact that
that's the lady that said hopefully it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That was not cool.
Right. Like she gotta at least be 45. Why are you praying on somebody's downfall?
I don't even think she's 45.
I'm saying
the fact that she looked like
it's scary.
That's what happens when you eat. You end up looking. I don't even want to keep whamming this lady, but
I will say this: him saying that she will stand out. Because she did the simple
not even
gesture.
she will. She
did stand out. It's not a form of narcissism. It literally is. Hey, I probably never met a woman.
He literally said it. He said nobody's ever
done
that
for me.
Right.
Sometimes we stop making things more what it is, and that's not narcissism.
That's why when she said, my bad.
No, you go, bro. You go.
That's why when she said, hopefully it doesn't work. It did work. In the moment where he said, damn, nobody's ever done nothing like this, you stand out.
Now, when people who are narcissistic tend to be charming and use things like tactics like manipulation, so she took that as like he's manipulating her by saying you stood out so she could do more things. That is not it, man.
It's definitely
these not. People just, where they go to school? See?
Curb College. Y'all
Not
been incorporated.
Hell no.
Community Curb College.
Community Curb. CCC.
So effing classy.
So, that was another thing that bothered me. The whole it's not going to work out. Like, people were doing way too much for something that was a simple gesture.
But the amount of hate that she received, there was a lot of love that she received too from a lot of women, a lot of men.
And I'm happy. I mean, even though I wanted to be here for the interview, I'm actually happy that I wasn't here just to show like men are actually really in support of this because I would just see me like another pick me, right? I hate the word pick me. I
feel like people don't know what pick me truly
Please,
stands
can
for.
somebody tell me what a pick me, Aaron? You want to tell me what a pick me is?
I'll tell you what a pick me
Go
is. Straight from Street University.
Right,
listen,
I don't know what your name is from Street University.
Listen, man. It's 2022. I might have a new name.
Oh, what's up?
I don't know. We gonna get into that in a second.
Okay.
But listen, because I'm holding it down. I might have to tap into Esteban right here.
Okay.
But a pick me pretty much is a person that does whatever it is that they think a guy might like, just so that they can get picked by that person.
Okay.
So a guy can be like, yo, I like women that like sports. They're like, well, you know what? I think I'm rooting for the Bengals for the Super Bowl or some shit like that. They don't even like the Bengals. You know what? Come to think about it, I'm rooting for the Rams. Those are pick me's. They just do whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they said it's the same thing for guys too. Because some guys be thirsty.
Oh yeah.
They're like, I hate. Like I've seen some of the craziest jokes. Like the craziest jokes. I hate men that don't wear pink. I hate men that don't wear women's underwear. Niggas about well shit. I got some panties in the room right now. Like pickies is
But
really
I feel like okay. I'm not saying these people don't necessarily they do exist, but I don't. It's again. I think we're using these terms like not in where it's supposed to be. That's
what you call it earlier? Projection.
It's projection. I just need a lady to probably say, That's cool. That's cool. That was so dope, and I'm just not that cool enough to do something like that. And I'm hating right now. That's really what it is. It's okay. It's easier to project than to accept you're just not that good. And the therapist is saying that.
That's a whole fact. And out of that, like, she even got a collaboration with Ocho Cinco's cigar line, 85 cigars. So that's dope. And actually too, like,
for the Bengals, by the way, I know he is.
Yeah. Shout out to Chad Johnson, man, because I noticed he really does a lot of genuine things, especially when it comes to like tipping folks who are like, you know, waiters and everything. Like, I always notice he gives them like a big tip, man, and he's just like always there for people too in a time of need. And it's like you could tell it was very genuine from him. So shout out to him, man. That's definitely dope.
I mean, I want to say for you guys, because for me, I've done it. I have gifted on a first date. Have you guys been gifted? Or, well, I guess you guys are men, so you probably have gifted a female on a first date.
Yeah, I've been gifted on a first date, and it was very nice. Like, it was actually surprising to me, to be honest with you, because I really wasn't expecting anything. So it was cool. Like, it was a nice ass gesture. Like, yeah, I wasn't used to that. You know, especially on a first date. Like, I've never gifted anyone on a first date, but not to say that, you know, I would never do that or anything. But it was cool. Like, I was like, damn, this is really nice. And it was something very simple. It wasn't anything big. Yeah. It was actually some edibles, matter of fact. Edible arrangement. Nice as hell. And they were good too.
So, edibles are good.
Yeah, they fire.
Yeah.
They definitely fire.
Not the weed guys, not the weed.
I'm about to say, you
edible arrangement. Some people want to read the edible too, but you know what I'm saying?
We don't want Dare to hit us up. They already contacted Euphoria about that, but we'll get into that a little later on. But
yeah, so see, have you been gifted or gift?
So I have gifted.
Yeah,
and I have been gifted, but it wasn't necessarily like first date gifted. It was just like, hey, like, I seen this thing you might like. Here you go, before actual first date, which I guess kind of falls in the same category. And I will say that for one, it is a great feeling. For two, it's a great feeling to gift somebody something for the first time when you're interested in like that. And what was it? It was two things I wanted to say. One of them was that one of the things that I think people are starting to lack, which is the reason why this became a thing anyway, is personality. Meaning, like how you said, like, you're just not that person. And it's certain people that they don't understand that personality plays a lot into everything. Like, you're trying to show your personality,
which is all the more reason
to do that. Exactly, because when people try to be cookie cutter. It's like, okay, if you're dating, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. And then you take everybody's personality out of it, and then everybody's doing the same stuff that doesn't work. And it's just like, clearly, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't make any sense. Because for one, it's not even just that she gifted, it's what she gifted that shows her personality.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He could have been talking about a whole bunch of different things, and she, you know, she zoned in on the cigar thing from her pops or whatever. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention too was it was something I wish I would have said when she was here too. But I feel like what you do, like, I feel like everybody has like their own quote unquote personal brand. Meaning, like, what you do and like how you are plays a part into that. So like, I feel like nobody wants to be known as a person that's like a whack dater. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it doesn't work out between them, like, let's say, you know what I'm saying, she dates somebody else or something like that, and they like, yo, what you know about her? I heard she a whack dater, but she just respecting it. She be treating dudes like this, whatever. Stuff like that is a turn up, like you said. And it's like, if it's the other way around, I feel like that's the thing. Like, you want to be a vibe. You want people to enjoy their time.
Dating is so boring. Like, you gotta take it so seriously.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go about all of these extra rules and stuff like that, you smoking yourself in your own personality. All pun intended on the cigar thing. But like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, dating's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be just, you know, exciting and like, they just take the fun.
It's supposed to stand out. You want to be remembered. I took somebody out. We went here and this was the vibe. We did this.
People are still worried about, well, you're doing this investment. It won't work out. Who cares?
You know,
it makes things, you win some, you lose some. It's okay.
You mentioned the word personality.
Yeah.
I blame social media, bro.
They
make reason being is because you have folks who try to be something on social media that they're not in reality. So they become this person on social media just because they receive a bunch of likes and retweets and all of that stuff. But in reality, it's just like that's not who you are. Like,
I mean, that's a good point
it's
though,
really not who
because
you
The world
are.
exists outside of this
but
Wi-Fi.
people don't. I mean,
Seriously.
you literally can just DM and hit send. Like, you don't even have to showcase your personality outside your representative that you present on your social media page.
And they go off of, you know, the pics or the videos you post in your story and all of that. But then it's kind of like when y'all meet face to face, it's just like, who is this person? Like,
in the moment.
For the
yeah.
fact that there was so much backlash, but she did get a lot of love too, but for the fact that there was this much backlash really makes you question the state of dating. It's scary out here.
It's scary.
Like, it's scary hours right now. Like, it's
They don't want men to have a cigar for free.
and this is the thing. I think men,
Right,
you
but
guys,
they want everything.
Right.
women, I feel like
Literally.
we can be very entitled in this side. We're very entitled. We
Say
have
that
to-
again. Say that again. They might not like you after
I
this.
feel like no.
but say
come
that
on, I feel
again.
like they say it all the time. People probably be on my ass. It's okay. You know, I'm gonna
Be
speak
honest.
speak my mind. I feel like women can be very entitled, and I feel like
Yeah, I heard that.
entitled.
Some of y'all out here
Women
are
can
very
be
entitled.
very entitled, and I feel like that puts a lot of pressure on men to meet the demands. It's funny because this is a whole nother topic we probably get into about how women would rank, and it was like out of top 5 things, and it's really interesting how the women rank the order, but it just makes me feel like we put a lot of pressure on men to deliver, and I don't feel like dating needs to be that deep.
So man, I spoke about it again when she was here, and I said reciprocation, and I said that, you know, what happens is, like, I think the example I used was chivalry, and I was like, you know,
And I picked up on that when you're not commenting on
a
it.
lady and a gentleman. So it's like, if you want to be a lady and he's going to be a gentleman, they have to go inside. He's not going to continue to be a gentleman towards you.
But chivalry is associated with being a
It
man,
is.
right? That's that gender.
And that's the
roles.
crazy part. That's why I'm like, it's ladies and gentlemen. They just like, nah, chivalry, gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah.
You did this because you're supposed to. It's
You
like,
better
what are you
hold
supposed
the
to do?
door and pull
I'm
out my
supposed to-
chair.
What are you supposed to do? I'm supposed to just sit here and exist.
So
in
you know
front of
what?
you, and then you do
Right.
everything.
With this conversation leads into another conversation. Because like I said, them goofies on Fresh and Fit, and I'm going to say it again. Them goofies on Fresh and Fit,
Why you even promoting that?
they already kind of out there. But I'll say this to say they on to something, but they're the wrong messengers. But they did have a question, which has, you know, been the common questions of what can women really offer, right? Because if we're given so much from you guys, and what do we really bring to the table? And you really find out that a lot of women do not know. They don't. I think that we created that standard that women, we don't have to do much because, again, the men are hunters, right?
You want to be hunted, though? You really want to be hunted? Women really want to be hunted?
And I feel like we need to change that narrative.
First of all, I don't even think they really know what hunting means. Like, if you're being hunted, that means you're trying to avoid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when lions hunt their prey, they literally got to chase them down.
So pretty much that's
They
what
trying to get away
we're
from the
saying.
lion.
That
Women
men
don't like
are
being chased.
trying
Because women, what they love to do is screenshot DMs, text messages, post it on social media, and try to out somebody.
Bro, hunting is a blood sport.
So I think what women are trying to say is you guys are the pursuers. That's what they're saying. And I feel
I
like
guess they don't know how to use that.
if I'm insulting the non-mixers.
Nah, cause they really tried to go in on Samara, so we're going.
They
to
did with the
back.
whole we get
So,
you're absolutely
hey,
correct.
we-
They don't
we
know
gonna-
these terms.
We gonna hold it down.
It's
For
website out there.
they don't use that.
Easily accessible.
It
But,
definitely is.
Yeah, so I feel like if men are supposed to be pursuing, you guys got to pull out all the tricks. You know, y'all take out your trick bags. And what do we do?
Sit back.
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all the
So we
table.
really-
Remember, y'all the table.
I mean, I do got the shirts out on the table, but here's the thing: I'm not that woman who has. First of all, I don't need me. I'm just putting myself out there. I've never been the woman to ask men to do anything or expect anything, and anything that I can ask, I can do in return. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about the date, right? Like if I said, "Oh, I want $100 date," I can also give him $100 date. It's so I choose to. So I'm never that girl that feels like that I expect all these things from a man and I can't deliver the same. You know, so All in all, shout out to Samara. I think that it was a very genuine act. I feel like it says a lot about her character,
Yes,
her
indeed.
personality,
Exactly
and
the point.
I am so rooting for her and this gentleman. I definitely hope it works. If it doesn't, okay, it was an
We
experience.
root for her in dating period, bro.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
Yeah.
an experience. Okay, we move on to the next one, you know. But shout out to her and
Shout out to the haters.
shout out to the haters, right?
Shout out to the haters. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I appreciate you guys because I really stood in support for her, and I loved it. I loved it.
Course,
So
man.
that was the therapist take on
Shout out to the ladies and the gentlemen. That's
who
still
did support
supporting
it.
her.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
because it's very rare that you encounter a woman, fellas, that would do what she did.
That is
And
that is a
ladies,
fact.
there are some good men out there, and it's rare for them just because of what might have happened to them in the
And
past.
here's the
in
thing,
the dating world,
even
too.
if you don't do that, that doesn't take away.
Right, because
It's
you
okay.
don't have to
But
do
you
it.
don't
Don't
have to.
force yourself to
Right.
do something that's not you.
Right.
Like, don't do it.
And that's what since we talking about the reflection of her character and personality. Like for me, when I did, that's just who I am. Like
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
that's people who know me know I'm
Exactly.
like that. So it's not
Exactly.
anything like I'm just not just trying to
I think
be different.
I think you brought that up, and you was just like, those are like some of the same kind of people that might come to somebody's house without bringing something, or like just little stuff like that. It's like if you don't understand.
Oh, Samara
that,
said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she said that.
yeah.
If you don't understand that in like that kind of situation, then I don't think you would understand it in other situations either.
Right.
You know.
So
That's the whole thing.
yeah.
But that's how that goes, though. Because
I hope the ladies who did. I mean, I thought it was solid advice, and
it was ladies. She said it was men that was like,
yeah,
taking
you know
this
what I'm
advice
saying.
too.
Yeah.
It was solid, and I hope people took something from it. I loved it.
Shout out to her, man.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out to
Yeah,
her.
man. Shout out to her. And,
Can we just be like I just need people to be cool, be kind, like be normal. Like we just have to be
They don't know
rules.
what kindness is
I
anymore.
know, like it breaks
It's
my
hell out
heart.
there.
People don't know how to be normal anymore.
It's hell in the cell.
It is hard. So like, so what does that even mean now? I don't even know because what's like we've normalized some of these things. Like, did you see the woman in the video, the way she was eating the chips in such disgust?
Now she looks like a hunter for them chips.
She definitely hunted them chips.
She definitely did.
She definitely.
She definitely did.
But she looks so like I am literally disgusted. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't
And you know what's
understand.
crazy? I asked her on Twitter too because I saw the video. I asked her on Twitter.
Did
I
you get a
said
response?
she didn't respond.
Because they was on
But because I asked her a
Don't
serious question. I said, "What made her desperate?" Like,
I'm glad you asked that question because it was a very serious question.
That's
Right.
She would.
That's what I said, because you just didn't do it. Just say
You just
that.
got
I
that
need
one,
people to
man.
acknowledge, because see, some people don't even have that self-awareness, to acknowledge, like, I am projecting. I feel like I'm not secure in myself to do something like that. I'm just not that cool. Some people just not that cool. It is what it is.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
God put you on this earth to be who you are.
And Samara was being herself. So we support you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We in the mix support.
Yep. She had some other interviews too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she had a
Hell yeah.
hey,
So shout out to her.
Be good. Shout out to her, man. That's super dope.
Don't let me catch y'all trying to just like force shit now. Like, all right, well, she got this on TikTok. Let me go
Hey,
get it.
I'm in the clear though.
Like, we only been talking for 15 minutes, y'all, and oh my God.
rolling.
Right. Like, don't force that shit, because we can point out when you actually doing something for social media or when you actually just
Right, because she said she got that criticism too, that people were saying she was just doing it for the attention.
Yeah. She did say that.
But I'm also glad too that she made it known that, like, yo, this is who I am. Like, this is what this is what I've been doing.
know her.
On
She's
social media.
always been like that.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah. So some people they do things for, like, they post a lot. They drop something on social media all the time. Like, that's just what they do.
Yeah.
So it's different. You have your thing for social media. You post something on Facebook and you like it. I mean,
Why
I
you
don't
gotta keep bringing
understand.
the old stuff? That ain't old because I do.
Nah, I know, because it's still good.
Definitely old.
Mixxeners. So,
Still do it.
you know, for our
Out there.
YouTube Mixxeners
Oh,
out
YouTube,
there,
okay.
yeah. For our YouTube Mixxeners out there, Leah, aka the therapist, what she loves to do is she will drop a pic on Facebook because that's the only social media. But I think we might get her to get an IG this year. You know, cross his fingers.
Maybe.
She gonna like her pictures first on that too.
Yeah, she's definitely, but she's the type to drop the pic and like it at the same time.
All right, YouTube Mixxeners.
I think I seen her comment on it before. All right, girl. You know, girl.
YouTube
And she
Mixxeners.
commented back.
Right.
You know.
And Mixxeners, are you? I want to ask this question. Are you your biggest fan? Do you like your own pictures?
I mean, but wait, you don't want your name to be
Nah.
the first one.
Hey,
Like, at
guess
least
what?
wait till you get like
That's
over
right.
100.
I'm trying to tell
We
you.
on mental health right now. Love yourself. Love yourself. know
Love
your
yourself,
worth.
love yourself. Even if that means you gotta jump in the air and give yourself a high five like Leah do, you hold it down.
Like
Look,
that.
she just did it. You just did it.
Oh man. Oh
Yeah.
man.
But
You know, listen, man. The streets is always gonna be buzzing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My ears is always gonna be to them. Just like them Clippers is gonna always be to those heads.
all right,
Mhm.
So let's get back into it.
that's good.
Hell yeah, man. So Mixxeners, that was the conclusion to the shop talk from Sunday. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we have what you mixing up, and we have a lot.
So
Of what you
we
mixing
mixing up a lot. We
Yeah,
cooking?
yeah, we cook. Is that your elbow?
Stirring the pot.
What's your wrist game like?
Well, what's the guy who be doing it?
She makes mashed potatoes.
Woo!
Makes
On that
some
note, man, we gonna go to a
potatoes?
quick commercial break, and when we come back, yeah, we jumping into what mixing up.
Slowly mixing up his six.
Woo! Man, listen, we got a lot. We got a lot. We got a lot in store. We had some groundbreaking news this week. I will say that. But we're gonna kick things off with news first. I know before order we used to have like, you know, the sports and everything. But I like the new flow of things. I told y'all we had a new setup for y'all, and we're gonna keep it like that. So we're gonna start out with some wild news, man. And this was crazy because first it started out as just 5, but then the number went up to about like 13. So 13 HBCUs received bomb threats, and that's kind of scary too, you know. And I had to check on my little cousin because one of those schools was bullied, and she's a student up there, so I had to check on her and make sure she was good. But yeah, man, like that shit is just crazy. That
All
to
hoaxes.
hear.
All hoaxes, by the way. They've all been proven to be hoaxes.
Okay.
Like they
That's
put out
not
the.
funny though. Like,
It's not.
just like-
Right.
They put it out, you know, the news. Well, because today wasn't the first day. This was like the second time this week. I think it was 4 other schools, other HBCUs too, not just in Maryland. And they, well, of course you said 13, and they all were proven to be hoaxes. And every school has, like, you know, they did the whole rundown to check the whole school and everywhere. And it's now safe to be on these campuses. But we clearly see somebody's out there doing something diabolical just to bother people. So
People really got to do better, man. There's some sick folks out there, but you know, I'm glad everybody is safe.
Mhm.
oh yeah, for sure.
'Cause we definitely don't need that. You know,
Yeah.
I had to pull up the buoy real quick.
She going to use this bomb threat. What you, Superman?
I'm Captain America.
Okay. You
Yeah.
gotta get your own super, like your name.
I don't need my own name.
You can't take Captain America
Why can't?
because it's already one.
Man,
He's done.
man, fuck America anyway.
Facts. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
my auntie.
Yeah. Sorry, Mixxeners, for those out there, you know, who do have, you know, the Caucasian settings, you know, Caucasian Mixxeners out there, we be talking like this, so just be prepared. I will say that, you know. Sorry, not sorry.
It's Black History Month, man.
That's a whole fact. We black, y'all. We black, y'all.
Black, y'all.
Yeah. Next, moving on. This is actually some sad news, man.
Yeah.
Again, y'all, like on a day-to-day basis, man. Just check on your friends and family, see how their mental
Strong
is.
ones, too.
Yeah, because you never really know what someone is going through. Even when you see them with a smile on their face, you never really know what they're thinking about mentally. And this was some heartbreaking news. So, and Leah, you dropped this information, shared this information to us. former Miss USA. Her name was Chelsea Christ. She passed away at the age of 30 after jumping from a Manhattan building.
Ninth floor.
Ninth floor.
I think she had left the Instagram post saying, may you rest in peace. May you rest in peace or something to that effect.
Say something, make something bring you rest in peace.
Right, before she
Right
jumped.
before, yeah, man.
So there's no actual, she didn't leave like a suicide note or anything like that. So nobody actually knows why.
Yeah.
But
It's so sad.
it's safe to say that there are people struggle in silence. This kind of goes back into the beginning of the episode. You don't have to struggle in silence.
Right.
There's, utilize your resources. If we're out here to help, I can't advocate and emphasize enough for, especially African Americans, because we don't utilize these services. And sometimes people think that it's unavailable, they can't afford it, which isn't true.
Right.
Therapists have sliding scales. Some do pro bono. Of course, you have insurance. So definitely just the resources are there, and reach out.
Yeah, definitely.
Can't do this fight alone.
Sending our condolences.
And this isn't to say that she hasn't done those things. I'm not saying that. But for those who may feel like they are, struggling in silence, they can reach out and for help.
Yes, please do that. Please, man. Mental health is serious.
It's on the rise. Yeah.
Please take care of your mental. Take care of your mental.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Leah, you had dropped this in the group chat the other day.
I did. Y'all not feeling it right now?
You want to touch on this?
I mean, maybe McC balling out here. He probably not feeling it. The grocery prices?
Grocery store prices are surging.
I went to brunch on Sunday and I paid $5. I mean, it was great orange juice. It was cold pressed and a real orange juice, but orange juice. It was a real deal orange juice, but $5.
You got it from the grocery store?
No, I get it from the grocery store. I'm just saying, everything, inflation in general, everything is rising, but specifically,
pop that bubble.
Y'all ain't go grocery shopping, man. These prices are outrageous.
I ain't gonna front,
But they say supply and demand.
The official big thing of orange juice is damn near $8.
No, so people, it's limited supply. The demand is high, and of course Omicron right now. So the COVID. So between those factors, this is why we're in inflation right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to ease up anytime soon. So food, gas, all the basic necessities are.
It's cool. Listen, y'all know how I feel. Hey, start stealing. What do y'all mean?
You gonna look at the camera and say
start stealing. They can afford it. You can't. They can afford it. You cannot. Just start stealing. They'll be alright.
Hey.
He mean that shit.
He does, y'all.
Bottom of my heart.
Mean that.
Top.
Cause where do we live, see?
In hell.
I mean, you say something about America, you have a whole nickname for it.
Hell. The divided states of embarrassment.
Hey yo.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, but y'all know crime has gone up across the country 14%.
I'm not surprised.
Of course not. I mean, but here's the thing: there's been
That ain't even a crime.
It's been 9 million jobs. People quit 9 million between the last 2 months. So there's a lot of job openings right now.
Yeah.
So
because those people probably realizing their worth.
They are.
Some of these jobs are probably you need this more than I do, and I'm like, you need us more than we need you right now.
Right.
Y'all talking
Until
about we hate y'all.
Yeah, and I mean there are a lot of jobs that are open.
I mean, you can literally walk in and get an interview right now.
Nah, for real.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Netflix is still hiring, because that whole situation with Dave Chappelle and the
Netflix actually raised their prices too.
Yeah, they keep wilding. I mean, luckily for me, I'm on somebody else's account.
God.
Yeah, so
group effort. We have to
group
effort for the drink.
Yeah, if it comes to that point, if they be like, hey, can chip in? I'm like, yeah, man, I got you. But until then, yeah.
Yeah, everything is going up though. So I don't know if people know this, but inflation is here to stay for a minute. So budget, spend wisely, save. Because they invest your jobs giving out raises, but that's not, the ratio is not equal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And another, heartbreaking story too, man. And
Why we always
people,
have
yeah,
heartbreaking news?
it's definitely crazy. But this one, no one was really talking about it until Cardi B started mentioning. So this, this was about the 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields, who I believe she came up missing and was found dead
Was she a
back in
cheerleader?
December.
I think I probably say another story.
No, I think this is the young lady who met some guy off of social media. Did you hear about that story?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
So met up with some guy on social media. It was actually a white guy too, and no, it didn't. Whatever. So
They said that the police didn't investigate him because he seemed like a nice guy.
right,
Like that's literally what they said. And then they found she had been drugged. They did I think the family did a separate autopsy. Don't quote me on that. But they found drugs in her system, and that's why they're trying to bring so much awareness to it, because they're trying to sweep it under the rug.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. You cannot investigate because somebody seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, the two officers from the two officers who were on that case were suspended. Right.
Keep going, bro. Finish what you said.
The two officers who were on that case, they were suspended.
Yeah. As they should.
Yeah, but see, the crazy part is that like when things like this happen, in the black community, someone black or even brown, there's never that much awareness. But let it be a white person, it's making like national news.
See what I'm saying?
They what's crazy too that I noticed, they make movies out of them too on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
like
weirdo.
It's like it's kind of
weird
like
activity.
It's weird because it's kind of like they either praise it, like they make these documentaries about these serial killers and all of that, and it's very weird. I don't understand it, but hey, this is just tough, man. So hopefully, that family can get the answers that they've been looking for. I know having those answers doesn't bring their daughter back, but
it's a state of some sense of, I don't even say closure, but just to know like what happened.
Right.
So.
It's tough, man. So hopefully they do that, man. And I'm glad we're talking about it because it will continue to bring awareness, because you weren't aware about it. So now I'm pretty sure you'll probably start seeing it more on your timeline too.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep bringing awareness to it. You was about to say something, C?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So moving on. There was a petition that went around to release Texas brothers, Freedom Brothers.
Freedom man?
Nah, for real. Who were accused of killing their stepfather for allegedly sexually abusing their sister.
I want to sign.
Bring that petition up here.
On,
We
how
gonna
much is
sign
they
off
bill,
on
bro?
that. Nah, for real. Like
We need to get Hove on this.
Yeah.
ASAP.
Get them out.
Come on, man.
We don't condone that. So they did what they had to do for their sister.
Stepfather too, bro. You
The
out your mind.
therapists kind of say
You out your mind, bro. Get your wife.
we get signed that petition.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Shout out to those upstanding gentlemen.
Hell yeah.
Shout out
Because
to
they are.
free the men them.
Yeah.
Freedom man.
Freedom ASAP. Freedom ASAP. Let us know what they bail is. We gonna do what we can to chip in
You
on
look at
it.
you looking right. You talking right to him too.
Yeah. Let us know. Drop the comments when this episode drop. Let us know how much the bail is. We chipping in.
All
All right, we holding it down.
right.
And this ain't nobody's, man. The only Joe we acknowledge is Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals. But President Biden,
Let's not do that, man. We all voted for him, but he's a disappointment.
he's up. Him and Kamala. Him and Kamala. All the AKAs around the world was ski win for her ass.
Y'all said she been quiet since.
Anyway, President Biden, he plans on nominating the first black woman to Supreme Court following Breyer's retirement announcement.
Alright. So y'all feel like he's pandering now, or has been pandering?
Man, listen,
Been pandering.
I still have my student
in
loans.
Atlanta. That's how much he be pandering. What you talking about?
I still have my student loans. They haven't been wiped away.
You're not gonna get them wiped
Nothing
away.
niggas say.
Not that 10 G's,
I don't-
definitely not that 50 G's.
They not getting the money either, so where do we go
I
from
don't
here?
trust that man's word.
That's what I'm saying. It's been 2 years, and I sure
We
ain't
not
paying
getting
my
forgiven. They not getting the money. Where do we go from here?
loans.
looking at them like this. They looking at us like
I
that.
have not paid on my loans. I'll put it right out there.
They about to come for your ass.
Oh, I'm sure all.
They gonna be on. They gonna be on Facebook now too.
Hey, look.
Hey, Aaliyah, your payment is now past due.
We got till May right now. We got till May. What is it? Still in deferment? Forbearance? Whatever the hell it is. I ain't be on that. So
Yeah, but
we just been getting that wiped out. Okay?
man, listen, Biden, he's just not a man of his word. He did everything possible, and I mean, yeah, we all voted for him. We definitely did. I mean, we had no other choice. It was either him or having C's man back in there for another term.
He's the one
Man,
of
he
them.
been
My man.
quiet. You been
I
checking on your
slapped
best
it.
friend?
I slapped the dog shit out of him. Bro. Bro.
You really seen Trump? You do it for free?
What? It's for all my people in the struggle.
You
going
give the
through.
Charlie Murphy slap?
Hey, Joe would get slapped too.
For real.
You probably got to slap him to wake him up. Wake your ass up, bro.
Hell yeah.
So you gotta displease.
Come on, man.
Shit.
Okay.
Joe should have been on that bridge that collapsed in Pittsburgh.
Damn.
That's my. And I Nice.
Damn, he ain't shit.
Alright, maybe, but we, you know.
If I seen him walking down the street, I would tell him to his face.
He's
This
like
ain't
the dog
shit.
shot him
I
too.
would.
Got to.
I definitely.
He's like, look, ain't nobody tell you take up a student loan. That's what you saw what the Republicans say, right?
Hell no. He
That's
want to help
something
all
they
these. He
would
want
That's
to help.
something they would say, right?
Something they would say.
Yeah. You know, because it's our fault. It's our fault.
It's his fault. He's gonna get a victory slap.
Oh, man. I'm trying to tell you.
It's a piece of nigga up.
Facts. Moving on. Now it's time to get into some sports, ladies and gentlemen.
It's been crazy.
Oh my gosh. We definitely have a lot to catch up on with the NFL. We definitely going to first talk about Antonio Brown because he's looking to sue the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for $200,000 because they wanted to send him to what he called, quote unquote, the crazy home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because they were looking to try to help him out with his mental health because anytime he has these outbursts,
We call them episodes.
episodes,
Episodes.
okay, he we got to sit back and be like, all right, is this you or do we really need to check on your mental?
And perhaps maybe, I'm not probably saying that they don't, but maybe how they went about it. I don't know how they go about it.
He basically said he's fine, and the fact that they assumed that he has something mentally wrong with him is pretty much why he's doing this lawsuit because he like.
But here's the
who
thing:
y'all think y'all are?
can you, as a coach, can you like order a mental health evaluation? I don't know how that works.
I mean,
As an organization, can you do that?
as an
You know
organization,
what I'm
right?
saying?
To org, can you say,
I don't
we may
know.
need, if we may, I don't know if it's stated in the contract, but don't some people have to get cleared though for these things, like before?
I really
don't
don't know.
Possibly.
Here's the thing, right? Let's just
If they
say,
did, he already got cleared because he was signed.
Right. So.
Yeah,
So
let's just say he claims that there's nothing wrong with his mental health. But let's just say there could possibly be something wrong
I mean,
with
he
his
was
mental
called
health.
gummy dicks last year. Or his
Still
team.
in question
You know
as to
what I'm
why he had gummy dicks.
hey
but
yo,
whatever.
Yeah.
hey yo.
We ain't forget, AB.
Right, we did not forget.
That's
But
crazy. You tried to forget, bro.
if Tampa Bay ignored it, then it would be, NFL organizations ignore players who go
That's what
through
it is,
something.
okay.
Yeah, who go through episodes and not really checking their mental health. But I just think this is who Antonio Brown really is. He was this way in Pittsburgh. And again, I look at it
in the later years he started seeing this. Like
because he started getting paid. He started accomplishing these accolades, setting records,
yeah.
trying to chase,
So
Jerry
you don't
Rice
think
records
it's
and
mental
all.
health related?
No, this
You
is
think-
him.
Okay.
This
You
is
think
who he
so
is.
you think he has a personality disorder, perhaps?
Probably, and like money can also change people too.
But
Because
some people say money don't change you; it just make you more what you already are. Shout out to Fonte for that
I think
little
that's
brother.
bullshit, but
You don't believe that?
nah,
Okay, so you do think money change people?
For sure.
Okay.
for sure.
definitely,
People change.
yeah. It might be for the good. Could be for the worse.
We gonna see what happens with that though, man. God damn it, AB.
More money, more problems.
Yeah.
Biggie said it best.
Yeah, we gotta go to the next one because we gotta, you know, it's set.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know we gotta talk about that. You know we gotta talk about that. So,
set.
Super Bowl 56 is set.
Yeah. I'm
Cincinnati
excited for it.
Bengals versus the Los Angeles Rams. No one expected the Bengals to be in the Super Bowl.
They are highly deserving of being there.
They definitely
Watching
are.
them this season, they had a hell of a season.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to them for being there.
Before the season started, the Bengals had 200-1 odds of making it to the Super Bowl. 200-1.
That's
With that, what does that say? That could be like something people could take for their life. Don't ever give up.
Pretty much.
Yeah. If you bet that they was gonna be there, you are up right now.
Right.
Up.
And if they win,
You're
you're
up.
good. You are good. But shout out to them. I believe this is a good matchup.
Who do you think is going to take it? Take y'all bias out of it. Just.
I don't have
I'm
No,
either
not
biased.
bias. But
Either
just
one of
saying
those
it's
teams is
like
Chicago
just,
Bears.
Yeah.
So
And it's-
not like saying, and when I meant bias, I meant like who you rather see win. Just take that out. Who you're actually going to think will win.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. Even though they're in our division and I hate them, I'm pulling for the Bengals, yo. I love Joe Burrow's swag and his confidence as a quarterback. What he goes out there and does for his
Which your
team,
quarterback
like
coulda did?
I knew Ben wasn't.
Is he
Listen,
fired?
yes,
Oh,
he already
yeah.
announced that.
Oh,
I'm
good.
happy.
Okay.
But what he does as a quarterback, like that's what you want your quarterback to go out there and do, have the confidence. This man was sacked 9 times against the Tennessee Titans, and the Bengals still won. The Bengals still won.
yeah.
You know, so
He got hurt.
he
Got
do,
hurt, cuz.
he do, man. You know, they just have they have that confidence. You know,
Okay.
they believe in their quarterback and they stand behind them. So yeah, I'm going with Cincy. I'm calling this game. It's going to be a close game, but I'm gonna say 27-24 Cincinnati.
Okay.
See, me, I think the Rams gonna do it though. I wouldn't be mad either way
Okay.
because they both have had hell of a season.
Mm-hmm.
I just know for the Rams, I don't want to say this. For the Bengals, this is a long time coming. For the Rams, this is redemption. They was just in the Super Bowl not too long ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Lost to a guy that we're about to talk about in a second.
Mm-hmm.
They got weapons, and they got hungry weapons. Like they got people that's like, yo, I've been waiting for an opportunity like this, for a team like this. You know what I'm saying? And this is their shot. And they got a little bit more experience than Cincinnati got.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a dog fight though.
It definitely is.
It's gonna be I say, you know what I'm saying? I say it's gonna be a close game too.
Mm-hmm.
I say either 23-17 or 23-20.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. I should try to bet on that or something. I might get some. The one guy, he bet on the exact scores for the NFC and the AFC Championship game. He bet like $25 or something and came up like $500,000. Yeah, that's how crazy it is. Yeah.
Leah,
Yeah.
what's your prediction?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Oh, why? Because your Ravens was shitty this year?
But I've accepted that, though. So I'm an objective fan. I'm surprised we made it as far as we did with all the COVID and injuries and everything. So, you know, but it doesn't matter either way.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
We had our predictions. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Moving on. Finally, because when it was first reported, it was fake
Anybody
news.
believe it? I would have thought
It
it
was
was fake
fake
news too.
But groundbreaking news came finally from Tom Brady himself. He is stepping
done.
away from the league.
Now y'all know how I feel about Tom Brady.
22 seasons, 7 Super Bowls,
9 appearances.
He probably made
15-time
10.
Pro Bowler,
How many MVPs did he get? 3? 2 or 3? 3?
league MVPs or
League
Super
MVPs.
Bowl?
League MVPs.
League MVPs. Oh, that's a great question. I want to say it might.
I mean, you know,
It might be 2, because I know Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron has like 3. Or
I have a question with Tom.
3. Okay, Tom Brady has 3. He has 3 league MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
5-time Super Bowl MVP. 3 NFL MVP. 2-time NFL Offensive Player of the Year. He even won a Comeback Player of the Year.
Wow, yeah.
Come on, man. 3-time first team All Pro.
No, I'm a low, high key, like mid key. I'm a high key.
Now we're not going to skip past the fact, the whole deflate gate and all of that.
All right, yeah, but we
We're
still
not
okay, that we can't erase history, but it still doesn't take away.
But we're not going to take away. We also not going to take away the fact that the Oakland Raiders, the then Oakland Raiders, did get robbed in that playoff game.
We shout out the man. You guys.
It was a fumble. No
Look,
matter
man,
what.
Regardless
If it wasn't for that call, would there be a Tom Brady in the New England Patriot dynasty? We don't know.
Well, yeah,
but
we gonna call it what it is.
We gonna call it what it is.
It
But
was a dynasty.
he goes down as
the GOAT
quarterback.
He's a GOAT.
He's definitely a GOAT.
I don't even know if we could. I mean, we might just gotta call him the GOAT. Period.
That's what I'm saying. I always said he was the GOAT.
So, because of course that's
out of every sport,
not the GOAT period, but as far as football, every position, just player.
Okay.
And I've been debating it too, because talent wise, I wouldn't say he's the most talented, but honestly, I don't think that matters as much. He's beating those people that was more talented.
Yeah.
And if you can beat them, and the objective is to win.
He wants to win. He's a champion.
Right.
That's why I always like Tom Brady. He has a champion spirit.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to win. And I don't know. Let me ask y'all this, bro. If y'all think if he would have went to the Super Bowl, won or lost, you think he would have retired? Like still, even if he went?
I feel like if he would
Let's
have
say
won,
he went and won.
if he would have won, he'd have retired.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all still think he would have retired off of
Yeah.
that? That would have been a great way to go out.
Because literally, he never had a decline in his career. He never had a decline. And because of that, you know what I'm saying, the way that season did end, I feel like it was tough enough for them in the way that it did end. Mm-hmm. So if they would have went to the Super Bowl and then say they would have won, he'd have been like, yeah, this is a great way for me to go out.
Absolutely, but it's still good. I'm glad you point that out because he hasn't had a decline
never
like
had a
some
decline
at all.
other players.
That's part of my reason why I say
Ben.
some great shit.
I'll say it.
I was trying not to say it.
I'll say it.
I was trying not to say it.
Go ahead, you say it right there.
I was so happy when Ben retired, yo. Like I was
like a schoolgirl, like.
I couldn't wait for him to retire, man.
Kissick's been saying this for like 2 years now, I swear.
I feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers have really missed out on their franchise quarterback over the last few years.
So who y'all got?
Bum ass Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins. That's what we're dealing with right now.
I'm sorry.
That's what we're dealing with right now.
I mean, at least for us, like people are now questioning, can Lamar actually get there? Sheesh. He still got his that to answer.
At least he's capable.
He is.
Yeah, he's capable of doing it.
Yeah, we just like to see it actually
Haskins
happen.
or Mason, are they capable?
Nah. Not at all. Not at all.
What's going on with your biz, man?
I was about to say, I gotta sneak this in there. Because we finally, I was on the plane when we fired Nagy. And I was like, let's fucking go! And then people on the plane were looking, oh. What's wrong with this black guy?
Yeah.
What's wrong with this black guy?
Yeah, I know that.
It was the white guy I showed him, but he was like he was happy too.
Yeah.
You got white people happy, Nagy.
Hell yeah, man.
Don't get about it. We just hired a new GM, we just hired a new head coach.
Okay.
You know, I got some the skies are bright, you know, they're clear. It's clear skies in Chicago.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if it's clear skies in Green Bay.
That means
Aaron
even more
Rodgers
clear
playing
skies
in
in
the league?
Chicago.
He's not even trying
You know,
to leave.
that's the major question.
Where would he go?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay tries to reach out to him. They about to suck again.
Damn.
They definitely about to suck again. They had to deal with Jameis. Tom Brady leads them to the Super Bowl
Immediately.
and now,
At least they got one though.
oh no, we suck again.
He suck again.
Brady's gone.
Yup.
Gronk is about to be gone again.
Yeah.
He's about to go back into retirement.
Gronk's
You
definitely
know,
retired.
came out for Brady.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
As
No
far as
AB.
A-Rod, as far as A-Rod though, you know, let's go ahead and get him up out of the NFC North. You know, I'd appreciate that.
I I think we
All
all
right.
would, yeah.
We're
Okay.
gonna see. We definitely
But shout
gonna
out
see.
to the GOAT.
Yeah, shout out to Tom Brady, man. Hell of a career.
Brady.
No other quarterback will ever be able to like surpass any of what he set. He's the NFL leading.
So these young quarterbacks now, you don't see them ever hitting them numbers.
Nah, not even Patrick Mahomes.
Sorry. Right.
Not even Patrick
They don't have to
Mahomes.
wow out. Like, you
Yeah.
gotta remember, he played 22 seasons.
22.
That is unheard of in the NFL. So it's really hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that was like second to him in like all-time yards was a guy that played like 20. What was it? How many Drew Brees play?
20.
20 exactly. Like you gonna have to have that kind of longevity.
Right.
It's not even just the fact that he played for a long time. This man never had a decline. He was.
I think that's the place emphasis on that. Never had a decline.
That's different.
Ben should have been reaching out to Tom Brady, figuring out his touch. Like, yo,
He was
what
probably
you
having a
doing?
beer
Probably was, man.
at that bar.
Ben was doing other things that we
But
should not talk about.
I'm happy he's retired. That's all that matters.
Clear skies in Pittsburgh.
Clear skies.
Not
The
really, because you
future's
say you
bright.
still got some bum quarterbacks.
Until free agency comes in the draft.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know, so I believe.
They do well in free agency. In the draft.
Believe, brother.
Shout out to the only black coach in the NFL,
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin,
Let's
because
hold it down.
to segue to the next point.
Segue to the next point, but you know what? I believe. Shout out to Byron Leftwich. I believe he got the head coaching job over in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So the team that drafted him will now become the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So shout out to him. But it's still fuck the NFL when it comes to this, because this was breaking news. So Brian Flores, who
Who's Brian Flores, for people who don't know?
yeah, so he was the head coach for the Miami Dolphins. He had been the head coach for them for maybe 2 seasons or a season and a half. I think he ended up like taking over for somebody who was fired then.
Yep.
Led them on, I believe it was like an 8-game win streak or so. They almost got into the playoffs, and they ended up firing him.
But no, what was the reason?
The reason was because of previous coaches who did a horrible ass job of putting together a decent ass Miami Dolphins team.
Okay.
So he's now suing not only the NFL, but he's also suing the Miami Dolphins, the Denver Broncos, and the Giants for alleged racism in their hiring practices.
Okay.
And there was also reports that he dropped about the Miami Dolphins, saying that the owner told him, pretty much tried to bribe him, like, give you $100,000 for every game that you lose, so they could have a high draft pick.
So
I can believe that.
they pretty much Malcolm X on it. He was like, "Look, man, we gonna pay you to lose, but then when you do lose, we gonna fire you because you lost,
Right.
and then we just gonna act like none of this happened."
Mm-hmm.
And then did you tell him how he even part of the reason why he's even doing this lawsuit is because New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick he texted him to congratulate him on getting a job for an interview he had yet to do. It was the Giants. Who was the other coach? Brian. It was another Brian. I forget his name, but he just pretty much the Giants were supposed to be interviewing, different coaches, and they were gonna make their pick.
Mm-hmm.
It was another coach, first name Brian. They interviewed him on like Sunday. I think Flores' interview was supposed to be on Wednesday, but then Belichick texted him and was like, congratulations, and he's like, thanks. He's thinking he's just like, I know you probably congratulate me on certain opportunities, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, did you mean to text me or the other Brian?
Mm-hmm.
And Belichick was like, oh, I fucked up, my bad, but congratulations. He was like, thanks, coach. So that's how he knew. And it was like, pretty much, they're like, we're going to interview both of you guys, but we already made our decision. We just want to make it seem like we're giving you a fair chance by still having the interview for you.
Crazy world out here, man. So, listen, I know it wouldn't be a head coaching position. Come on over to Pittsburgh, man. Come over. We need a new offensive coordinator. We need something, man. We need something.
Black History Month, man. We ain't standing
For real.
for this shit.
Hell no, we ain't playing no
I'll knock
games.
all of this stuff over.
Ain't playing no damn games, man. But hopefully, we'll continue to keep y'all updated on that as the news continues to break with that. Moving on to some entertainment, man. So, Tisha Campbell, aka for all those who probably really don't know her real name, but only just know her by Gina, posted a video that went viral about her experience. Where was she at?
I actually really just literally seen this story maybe a few hours ago, so I haven't even got a chance to like.
Where was she
research
at?
it.
Texas.
Okay.
Okay, and we all know about how crazy sex trafficking is. It is real in real life. So she shared a story and was basically saying like 2 men pretty much tried to get her to get into a car, and kidnap her and whatnot. Police said that no one was informed about what had taken place. So we're not really sure.
Okay.
Did they talk to her though?
No.
Yeah, she said that they didn't talk to her.
Okay. Yeah.
So we don't really know. Some folks are like, hopefully you're not trying to
Do another like Jussie Smollett?
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy, whatever.
Yeah.
Jussie.
Jussie.
By the way. But
Yeah, of course he was.
yeah. I would really
I would hope not.
hope, because she would have. What would be the motive? Speak of motive. What would be the?
I don't
what would
know.
be the rationale behind that?
I have no
and
idea.
again, this is something that actually takes place. It's a very serious crime.
It
so
definitely is.
I wouldn't. So I don't want to speculate and say that she's lying or that I even think she's lying.
Yeah.
Because what I think happened, especially since they didn't talk to her, because I feel like what they're gonna investigate is like trafficking. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we don't find anything for trafficking, and you wasn't trying to be trafficked. But from what happened to her, I don't think that that's like a lie. I think it's just like it looked sketchy to her, and her being like, I know that this type of shit happens to people that end up getting kidnapped and trafficked. Y'all just trying to traffic me. And it's like, of course, it's not like you can find the guys like, oh, was y'all trying to traffic Gina? And they're gonna be like, yeah. Like, I don't really think that's so. I don't think it's the juicy. I don't think it's juicy fruit. I mean, juicy smooth. I don't think it's that situation. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time too, I don't want them to start trying to discredit it. Like, oh, you was lying.
Right.
She really went through some shit, and she was like, y'all niggas is not finna juicy fruit me.
Yeah.
She ain't no damn Gina. What she say? First of all, you is Gina, but definitely Gina.
Damn. How she gonna say she not Gina but had the hat on that say you go girl?
Come on, man.
How you expect somebody to even take your video serious and you say you not Gina but you got on the you go girl hat?
Did have one you
people
go
know
girl.
her as her name.
Okay.
Tisha.
Alright, but
Waters.
we'll keep y'all updated. We'll keep y'all updated on that news. Moving on, man. Yet again.
Another one. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You gotta be careful.
Allegedly. So Chris Brown is being sued for $20 million by a woman who alleges he raped her on Diddy's yacht.
He spoke out on this. He had like a message on Instagram.
Oh, Chris Brown?
Like, yeah.
Okay. He said, y'all see the pattern. Every
time you try and drop new music, gotta be some stuff.
Yeah.
Because again, when we heard about it, it's like you didn't hear, oh, Chris Brown is being accused. You heard he's getting sued.
Right.
So that's what a lot of people are saying. Like, how did this become about the money when it should be about getting his ass locked up?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Hell yeah.
I mean, again, this is another situation that you hate to speculate on. So it's just like, let the stuff roll out. Because last time when it rolled out, I'm sure it was wrong. And of course,
are we gonna let it roll out like Megan and Tory? We still don't know who shot her.
I feel like people are kind of over that story.
I've been over it. I'm just saying.
Regardless of what happened, people probably like, man, it's dragging out.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's like, all right, nigga, who shot you?
Like,
for real.
I mean, we want to reference that at one point. Now, I don't mind us doing that, but but
it's just like
you said, let it roll out. Yeah.
Let it roll out, man.
We'll keep y'all updated, but hopefully it's not, because I feel like whenever he's quiet and just chilling, getting in his mode, man, it's just always something. A woman allegedly do this and that. It's just, damn, man.
But I guess nobody's really safe, right? Because I mean, you're in you're Chris Brown or like Trey Songz. Like it could be anybody that can like call your name.
Now Trey, I don't know, yo. Trey these sexual allegations, I don't know. Keke Palmer tried to warn folks, and they laughed at her.
He did.
But now it's just
So
strictly
it's
cycle.
believable for him, but maybe not so much Chris Brown.
Listen, again, I
You
ain't
just
trying
don't
to
want to
speculate.
speculate. You know what I
Now,
say?
situations like that is
We don't
extremely-
know. We don't know.
extremely- Like
But-
stuff like that is saying a whole lot about a person. I ain't
Yeah.
expecting neither
I
one.
agree with that. See, so we just gonna let it play out. We'll
Mhm.
see.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man. Moving on. February 2nd, 2022. Donda 2
Kids
is on
Lord.
the way.
I don't care.
And I believe it was executive produced by Future.
Yeah, that's actually.
So you know it's about to be something. It's yeah.
I just don't
We
care.
gonna, I want to see how in the world. What is this? What is this gonna be? Because if it's Donda 2, is it gonna be a whole new album
That's a
produced
good
by
question.
Future?
Did we not have 28
Even
tracks?
if it is, I mean, I was cool with it with the tracks he had on the first one.
That long?
I you know, my attention span runs deep.
See, that's true.
I listen to albums, so you know.
Yes. Like the
but
rap god over here.
I just want to know because he you know, he's been on this gospel stuff. He said he's not cussing stuff. He's not doing that stuff no more. And I just want to see how you pull that off with Future.
I mean, did
Right.
he just say he gonna beat Pete Davidson's ass?
He probably should. He probably wants to. That man say he trying to get his
He on
family
his
back.
gospel stuff. When he has that in the water, he's not gonna
So we're gonna see.
Possibly.
I'm gonna definitely check that out.
His wife is Kim K. We don't know.
Right. Yeah, she
You
ain't
gonna check- I
rocking.
mean, I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna definitely check it out, man. I'm gonna check it
Yeah.
out.
22.
Everybody want to
Mhm.
do like doubles, like Donda, King's Disease. But see, King's Disease
See,
2 is
see.
actually.
Yeah.
So how do we know Donda 2?
But we'll give it a fit because
you know,
Donda, the first one, wasn't that great to me.
to you.
Few albums you damn
Come
right.
on, y'all really thought Donda was like.
Donda was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Donda was good. So was Certified Lover Boy.
Oh my god.
But we ain't gonna get into that.
It ain't
Moving
nice.
on. Nick Cannon, another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Number 8.
This is
Nick
number
rolling
8.
Out, man. Nick rolling them out.
My man's got a starting 5 and 3 coming off the bench. God damn.
All right, so it's very polarized as far as the opinions. Some are saying, hey, he's wealthy, he can afford it. Let him, spread his seed. And there's some others are saying, well, nah, it's not only just about the money, it's about time, quality time. How are you really going to be around to raise your children?
For real.
Right?
Man.
So, what do y'all think about it?
I don't know, man. Dude just.
And why do we have such opinion about what the next
I was about to say that because my whole thing is, you know,
That's
this
another
isn't.
question.
These aren't reckless decisions made by him and the women that he's having these kids with. Like they all know what it is. They all cool with it. You know what I'm saying? However they decide to work it out is going to be how they decide to work it out.
Yeah.
And
They okay with it?
they okay with it. Then they okay with it.
That's what.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
But
saying?
like you said, they're consenting. They're well aware. The women know what it is.
Mhm.
They gonna figure out a way.
I think it's just not a norm.
We
So
haven't.
it's a
We
lot
don't
of
hear
question.
any complaints from any of his baby mothers about the stuff that people are saying that
Right.
would be the issue. So again, I'm like,
Now there are
You know.
people who said that we get on broke Troy from the ghetto because he having
Oh, yeah,
several
yeah,
baby
yeah,
mothers, but
Mhm.
the panic gets the pass.
I mean, money does play a very big factor in raising children. But again,
It does.
if you don't hear complaints by the other partners in this, like if
Right.
Troy, whoever the fuck that is, whoever that is,
Probably a
if he,
Troy in the hood.
got, if he got his witty baby mothers as Nick Cannon and his baby mother's not complaining about his father and that like that, then we literally have nothing to say. We should.
I mean,
should.
shout out to Nick. That definitely would be my situation, but I'm not
He
going
got
down
enough-
a man to
He might got enough for a drum line. He got
Right.
enough. He gets a couple snares, some
Right.
cymbals, a bass, tenor.
I
Bars.
truly, even as a therapist, I truly don't truly understand his rationale. Apparently, he has lupus, and
I
feel
mean,
like
that nigga
his
just want
time is
to have
limited.
kids.
It could just be that.
Right.
What it is.
Hey, because we always gotta find a rationale behind something,
Yeah,
right?
no
You just don't take
rationale.
it
They
for
want
face
to have
value.
babies.
Yeah.
go crazy.
I guess
If
so.
that, I mean, but I believe that's what he actually said on the Breakfast Club. So to quote that, I don't understand it, but it ain't my life.
You understand it? You want to have babies, and you doing it. You understand that?
No, because he said that he, his time is limited, so he just.
I mean, we don't even know what that means. It ain't
I mean,
like
I guess
it's a countdown. He's just saying that means like when you going through this type of stuff you're going through, you really it's not that he's like, oh, I'm going to die soon. He's just like, the stuff that he went through, he realized that like, he's not immortal.
But none of us are. That's why I said I don't understand the
but
rationale.
it's a different realization of that when you like, I got time to do this, and he's like, nah, I want to do this now because I just realized I could have been gone and I wouldn't have been able to do this. So he's going, people live long with lupus or whatever.
Yeah,
he'd be alright.
So he just want to have babies. And you know what? Hey,
have babies. The women is like, cool, let's go, and they like, they consenting adults. They figuring it out. Nobody's complaining.
Now I do feel
holding it down.
My heart does go out to the mother, Zen's mother. And again, because he's having a boy and she just lost her. Her baby boy. That is heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Again, people don't know how things go behind the scenes. A lot of people are saying it was very insensitive. Have a lot of opinions, but we don't know. We weren't there.
She was pregnant the time that the other one was just born. So people are making it seem like he went right after.
Right.
No,
so
she was already pregnant.
And like you mentioned, women know the setup, right? So it's like, nobody didn't expect Zen to die, but
that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, Nick, hey, we like it, we love it.
Hey,
not your life, huh?
Right. Man. Moving on. So you all are familiar with the hit series on HBO Max, Euphoria.
Great show.
Great show, but there are folks out there who don't like the show, like what it's representing, the message that's being put out. So Dare had something to say about the drugs, everything.
What was Dare saying?
That's being displayed on there, that they're promoting fashion. They're promoting drugs and that this is okay, and young kids, this is cool, and I sent something in the group chat too. What was her name?
Dana Chanel.
Yeah, Dana Chanel.
She
had something to say about the show too, as far as it like.
Is she a goofy?
She is a certified.
She definitely is. The show is a representation. Yeah. Please do, because I don't want to misquote.
She said, "I started watching Euphoria because I'm the biggest fan of Zendaya. Absolutely love her. While it may be mature audience, did the writers completely forget that the show is referencing quote-unquote teenagers, underage children? The nudity scenes are extremely inappropriate. Drugs, sex, all realistic part of the story, but I don't find it entertaining showing children's body parts exposed for adults to watch, enjoy, potentially fantasize about teenagers' bodies like that. It's technically skits of child pornography. It's sickening. Am I tripping? Is she tripping? You scamming people, girl. So you definitely tripping. So that's another story. We ain't forget, Dana. We ain't forget.
We definitely ain't forget.
But to her point, is she tripping? And do all the people there and everybody else who agree that they're technically exploiting children, quote unquote? But ain't some of these like? I mean, I know that they play teenagers in the show.
They're adults.
They're all adults.
They're adults.
So nobody's been exploited.
Right.
Like not one person.
So I mean, are we separate? So maybe we're not separating fiction from reality.
That's what seems like what's going on.
If she's
sounds like a personal problem too.
Fantasizing about them being high schoolers,
knowing good and well they're not.
Right. Because
that's why I had to make That's why I had to kind of make the distinction, because I'm like, yes, they're technically playing teenagers, but these are all adults playing the roles of teenagers.
And I don't think I know I haven't looked at or fantasized
at all. And I mean, there's a lot of penises on it. We see every episode.
On top of the fact that if you are fantasizing about that, chances are you probably were already doing that before you watched this show. That's probably just a thing you do. On top of the fact that I doubt that you would be watching adults who are playing teenagers and fantasizing them. Like you probably just go watch children. If
Right, that's the
eventually.
thing I'm kind of saying. Like, I don't think they're
'Cause they're
going
not-
to
they're literally
Euphoria
not
and
kids.
you thinking
Right.
of like, I'm going to go now watch child
They
pornography.
don't even look like, they don't even look that much like, you can tell that they're adults that they're trying to make look like
Right.
high schoolers.
It's like on All American. We know damn well ain't none of them high schoolers.
Like, come
I ain't
on.
even look like that in high school.
It was like watching House Party.
For real.
Yeah.
Like,
Full
God
Force
damn.
looked like mall security.
Right.
Throwing shit
like,
come
hell
on, bro.
no, man.
On
So
top
I
of the
mean,
fact-
is it a lot of sex scene? Yes.
I mean-
so could she argue that point? Then maybe they could tone it down.
If she feels like it's too much sex, don't watch the show.
I agree. I mean,
Like,
there's-
you gonna be like, I think y'all show too much sex on y'all show, so stop showing. Like, shorty, don't watch the show. What you mean?
I agree. I think that if we're talking about children and I mean what they see, it's just
Listen, they
it's
talk
all
about
part of
stuff
monitoring.
that happens. It's stuff that happens. And I haven't seen anything on that show that doesn't happen
In real life.
in real life in high school.
Yeah.
Like, not one thing.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, are
In our high school.
just?
Yeah, it ain't happening in my high school.
Like,
I ain't
I
gonna
mean-
say that.
but I know, but I get what you're saying.
I'm
Yeah.
about to say it didn't happen to certain extents. A lot of this shit, a lot of this stuff did. Like,
I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't say it's certain people's stuff, but
it's. I mean, the
I'm
stuff
gonna
happens.
say it's certain white folks stuff.
Quite.
Yeah, white folks, man.
I
mean, it's
respect
that-
all
it's
white
that too.
listeners.
Yeah.
It's that too. It's a lot of weird stuff. And that's the crazy part about it is that like some of the wild stuff that happens on the show, that's not even what she complaining about.
That's what and that's what
Right.
I'm saying. So like we're
You
gonna
know what
talk
I'm saying?
about
Like,
that piece.
You
Sure,
just like, oh
but
y'all,
it just
y'all acting like kids and having sex, so you making me think that y'all are kids, and I feel like you shouldn't make me do that because I'm gonna say everybody else imagining that. Oh, you goofy bot, that's you.
that's scamming people.
You scamming people too.
Man.
Can we talk about that? They still ain't getting people back their money. And denied. She denied.
She denying that she thinking about them kids too. Right now, she just trying to project. We
Right.
just talked about projection.
Hell,
We did
Like,
talk
bro,
about
listen,
that's
man.
like the Sesame Street word. We're gonna have to
She
end
talking about
this
it's
word
Stop
again.
projecting.
Stop projecting.
Stop
people.
projecting.
You're gonna be like, what the?
Stop
Look
doing
it up.
bro.
Shit.
Look it up, bro. Look it up.
God damn, man.
She wild.
I love Euphoria. I am a fan.
There too.
Yeah.
There too.
There. I mean, listen. I'm not.
There
mad
ain't
at
nobody been paying attention to y'all
I'm about
ever
to say.
since when I was in elementary school. Ain't nobody. I ain't do drugs. I don't want to, but ain't nobody paying attention to y'all. Now
Yeah,
y'all
we're
want to
not.
speak out.
We're not saying Darius not giving a positive message.
That's what I'm about to say.
Okay.
I'm
so
not
we're
mad
gonna
at
go-
this.
Yeah, we going.
The reason why I'm not mad at theirs is because you expect them to do stuff like this. Their whole thing is drugs, so don't like they kind of throwing Euphoria under the bus to
Right.
give a message about drugs, and it's
There,
like
how about y'all make a show about people saying no to
they're gonna
drugs?
play that Smokey
But
Robinson
here,
song.
can we just
You know what I'm talking about, right? You ever seen that?
No.
Oh my god!
Damn.
But
It's what happens when you only on Facebook.
I like it.
I'm sure you're gonna be weak.
But here's
They're
my
gonna be
thing,
weak.
like I get it, but I'm like, can adults have their own shows and like kids have their own shows and that be okay? Like, can we have
That's
that
what I'm saying.
separation?
This ain't even a show for kids.
This is
Right.
a
That's
show,
the wildest
right? And I
part.
mean, I know she's saying technically for adults to be fantasizing about kids, but
If you an adult and you fantasizing about kids, I think that you worried about the wrong thing if you trying to blame Euphoria.
Yeah.
right?
And I
Don't
think
blame
she
them.
is too, because we ain't forget.
No, we ain't forget that.
We ain't
We
forget.
did not forget.
Hell no.
No, them
We
people
ain't
ain't forget either what they
Right.
dollars.
They want their money back.
And low key for there too, because there's a better way for them to get their message across. We know
How would
drug
you-
and resistance education, we know what it stands for. But one of the main things about drug and resistance education is the acknowledgement that people do these drugs and the many different ways that they do these drugs and the many different ages that people do these drugs
Which
and the
is
reasons
very
why
much
they do
this
it. And
age group.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like you could have. It's a stronger message you could have came off on instead of just coming at the show.
That's the
So
thing.
y'all- they
People
kinda
are
follow the
people.
ball right there.
Yeah, they don't. People think there's a sense of like we're glorifying it. You're just
Come on,
bringing
bro.
awareness. That is a difference.
Because this is the shit that folks see in
That's
reality.
what I'm saying. So I mean, it's
Like-
awareness. It's bringing awareness, bringing to the surface. People like talk. They don't like
Drug and
talk about
resistance
these
education.
taboo topics, but
Mhm.
that's the point. You're
Right.
supposed to bring awareness because it's education,
Very true.
right? It's not, and they've taken it as a glorification, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
They fumble the ball and don't fumble it again.
Right.
No, right. We
Agreed,
just said
man.
about people fumbling, right?
Hell
We
yeah.
did.
And moving on. Congratulations are in order, you know, after many years of speculating and always dropping these rumors and just planting a seed that was never there. Congratulations to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. ASAP, you scored big time, bro. Congratulations. She is expecting her first child.
I wanted to mention something because I seen on Impressive. People know who Impressive channel, and she mentioned a comment about because people were saying Rihanna downgraded, like she settled. Like, yes, we heard this. This was a thing, and Impressive said that say if they don't break, like they break up, pretty much Rihanna's just gonna be by herself as far as like financially taking care of the baby. I'm like, girl, she's a billionaire. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about, Preston? If you come across this video, what are you talking about?
First of all, why do people always feel like money?
It doesn't say it's like about right.
Like
beyond money, but even if she specifically said finances, so like
she's a billionaire. Rocky's rich.
Right.
So she was saying if they break
even
up.
if they break up, he's still rich and she's still a billionaire.
It's not like he's a
how much do they think it costs to raise a child?
That's what I said. I'm like, there are regular people every day be
like
are taking care of children.
Like,
so I'm
perfectly
like,
fine. You think these two filthy rich as hell and filthy stupid rich?
right. So when she said that, I was like, I'm confused. But the idea that was the kind of the narrative that Rihanna left her $1 billion boyfriend.
Fuck that $1 billion boyfriend. He was white, wasn't he?
Yup.
It's Black History Month. Shout out to
What is they
ASAP.
talking about? Stop
To
playing
come
with
in,
us.
she said that she's,
She
done,
got pregnant by Harlem nigga. Hold it down.
took it down a few notches with ASAP. But I like
Stop
them
playing with
together.
A$AP.
What's
She
the
got-
negativity?
She sound miserable.
Not even just her, but it was a lot of other women who said
They miserable too.
Yeah, it's
They got some bum ass baby fathers. God damn.
They gotta do better, ladies. That's not always about money.
always
But for the
They
fact that
always
she's
think that
And
money
that clearly proves
is
it.
supposed
She left
to.
$1 billion man to go.
yeah.
With a nigga she already knew. She knew ASAP. She
But,
been with ASAP. They out here.
Right.
They love.
yeah, I totally agree with that, but I just had to make the point since she referenced finance.
We
like,
had to make the point that she's stupid
a
too.
billionaire, right?
Whoever's saying
Impressive. Y'all know who impressive is.
That's because they think rich people money solves everything, and that's what stabilizes.
She said
No,
that to
I
place
mean,
emphasis on the fact that ASAP, it was a step down from the last $1 billion.
Okay,
Ladies,
ASAP Black. It's
look at
never
that. I
step
need to
down.
say this to the Mixxeners.
He's a
on
black
YouTube
man that's
here.
never stepped down. Stop wilding.
We ain't looking too good out here, y'all. We saying we looking real miserable out here.
Yeah, real bad. Do better.
On top of the fact,
Do
listen,
fucking
man,
better.
it's a lot of love out there for
Follow me.
Rihanna. It's a lot of love out there for Rihanna. It's a lot of love out there for ASAP. This is a
Absolutely.
joyous moment for the two of
Mhm.
them. Why they trying to turn into something else?
Yeah.
I don't know. And even still, like, it's a lot of men out there too, though, man. Like, she broke a lot of hearts with that. It's a lot
She
of men.
did.
I think hey, listen, that's how they feel.
Pray for Drake.
That's how a lot of men
Hey.
feeling out there.
Pray for Drake and Chris Brown. Please.
Oh, man.
Please.
More so Drake.
I think
Yeah,
they're gonna
those
be
games
alright,
is going
bro.
off.
I think they're gonna be alright, though, man. Cause they both cool with ASAP anyway, right?
Well, we know Drake unfollowed Rihanna back in September. I don't know if it was ever. How do people be knowing people unfollow people? I don't know.
They
have
be
a
bored,
job.
so they get
Just
bored.
like
Yeah.
so they found that out. So he unfollowed her back in September, and I don't know if he ever unfollowed.
They probably ain't spoken years before that anyway. Ain't no telling what the fuck. We don't even. Why does that even matter?
People
Drake
had
got a
to speculate,
situation.
yeah.
She's in love with ASAP. Chris probably ain't spoke to that woman in however long either.
They be alright.
I'm sure they'll be all right.
They will be.
Shout out to the ASAP baby, the ASAP Fenty
Every
baby.
baby gonna be
they
cute.
gonna be alright. Chris Brown. Drizzy did say he had to fuck a lot of girls to get a kid like this.
I mean, I thought he said that because that was an accident.
Well, Drake
He had to do a
Drake
lot
got
to
bigger
make
problems.
him fuck
Mama
up like
flew.
that. Because he
Well,
did
that's
say
his
that too.
fault.
He also said co-parent of the year, they figured out a rapport. He going, you see the different levels. No, Drake got his own stuff he going through.
Yeah, he's so saying he be alright. He got
He
things to worry
be
about.
alright. Breezy.
Breezy just had another little baby. Congrats, to
Breezy, man, just drop this album.
And Breezy
and,
got bigger problems too, so everybody be alright.
they holding it. Let them do what they gonna do.
So, ain't gonna be alright.
Let them do what they gonna do. Shout out to RiRi.
Shout out to RiRi and ASAP.
Hell
I
yeah.
love it. I love it.
Definitely.
Talking
Look
about
what we gotta do better. We ain't looking too good. I'll be
They need
streets.
ASAP's prayer.
Do better, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's it for what you mixing up. Now it is Black History Month, and what we love to enjoy, we love hitting y'all with some black trivia, right? So we're going to present to y'all Black History trivia question, and we would love for y'all to drop comments in this comment section, and also follow us on Instagram. You can also do it on there as well. It's at In The Mixx Radio 1. Y'all can follow us on there. So, last year, C started it off. Leah, new year, new you.
What's up?
What's going to be our Black History trivia question to drop for the Mixxeners?
I thought C had that. I don't
Nah,
know.
C did it last year. Google.
Don't have you get unprepared like that for the Mixxeners. I'm unprepared Mixxeners.
As always. And she was just trying to tell the black women out there to do better.
I mean, because they got us looking a little.
Do better.
Little
Yeah, you
bad
got
out
us
here.
looking a little bad. Because I told you this before. Anywho, listen.
What's with y'all
Mixxeners, we
trivia?
definitely appreciate y'all getting in the mix and rocking with us again. When y'all go to the page, make sure y'all subscribe. Continue to get in the mix. Tell your friends to tell a friend.
Mm-hmm.
We got more in store for y'all this month.
I do got a Black History trivia question.
Okay, what you got for us?
This is going to be just the first one. Hey, when did the celebration of Black History Month begin?
Okay.
All right, that's A, 1963.
Nah, they gonna drop the comments.
But you got to see. I'm giving them
You
that.
give them some
answers.
options?
Give them
Alright, give them
yeah.
options. All right.
So A, 1963. B, 1923. C, 1926. Or D, 1957. So when did the celebration of Black History Month begin?
Mixxeners again.
Started Black History Month. These
On
are
the
good
YouTube
questions.
page
Answers.
or our Instagram. Drop your answers.
See,
I have something in store for y'all.
See, I fumbled the
Word,
ball, but
you
I
just
got it
might.
back.
Just might have something in
And I
store.
fumbled the
Rush,
ball,
you
but I
got
got
it
it back and made a touchdown.
We don't know about the touchdown, but you
Yeah,
got it.
I don't know about the touchdown, but you got it back. You know what I'm saying? You got it back.
Get to like the end zone.
We ain't gonna do too much,
We might- I don't know.
celebrating on that.
You might have just fumbled and recovered it.
That's the whole
It's
fact.
still third and 12.
Yeah.
Look, the first day is February 1st, and then when did the celebration of Black History Month begin? Boom,
Boom.
boom.
And, we have the month of February laid out for y'all, so we do have 2 dope-ass interviews for y'all this month as well, so get ready for that. And again, as always, it's your big dog Kid 6, Chi-Town's finest, Carlton, your dig, and your girl Leah, a.k.a. the therapist. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, get in the mix.
It's time to wind down with Leah. Get in the mix with Kid 6. Kicking shop talk with Carlton. You dig? Go and grab your phone. Tell a friend or 2. It's therapies, boss talk, and entertainment news. It's time to wind down with Leah. Get in the mix with Kid 6. Kicking shop talk with Carlton. You dig? Go and grab your phone. Tell a friend or 2. It's therapies, boss talk, and entertainment news.
In the mix. In the mix.